AztecTV. My name is Edward.
My name is Jesus. What a crazy year has been.
We have an amazing episode lined up for you.
But first, we have a message from Miss Meyer.
Good morning, GCMS students and families. This is your principal, Mrs. Meyer. What a journey we've taken together as a GCMS family this past year. Each day, there's been a challenge, and each day, there's also an opportunity to rise to the occasion as students, teachers, staff, parents, and a community. I just wanted to say that I am so very proud of all of you for remaining focused on your education and for always looking to stay in touch with your teachers and school. I am so proud of your parents for being partners this year with our school in your education. Teamwork has made this very difficult year so much better because we work together as a team. Students, families, and school. We have all stayed focused on education, on academics, and service because we want you to be successful. At GCMS, we did not allow for this pandemic to take away opportunities for you as our students. And we didn't use this pandemics to create excuses. We had to adjust and we had to learn. But we still had high expectations of you as well as of ourselves. Your teachers and I are not ready to let you go for the summer just yet because we feel like we just got you back. But we are very excited and we're preparing ourselves to come back next year and hopefully have a very normal school year. During your summer break, I encourage you to pick up a book and read as much as you can. Read, read, read. That is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Have a wonderful summer and a very safe summer as well. Make really good choices. You have made me and the entire staff at GCMS so very proud by showing us how focused and strong you have been during this very difficult year. Remember that you are never alone. We are in this together and will always be. We cannot wait to see you next year. I know you already know this, but I want to say one more time. Here at GCMS, we all love you very much. And I love you. Buenos días, estudiantes y familias de GCMS. Aquí es su directora, la señora Meyer. Quiero decir que qué viaje hicimos juntos como familia de GCMS desde el año pasado. Cada día ha habido un desafío y cada día continuamos a estar aquí en la altura de las circunstancias como estudiantes, maestros, padres y comunidad. Solo quería decir que estoy muy orgullosa de todos ustedes por permanecer enfocados en su educación y por siempre tratar de buscar ayuda y mantener contacto con sus maestros y su escuela. Estoy muy orgullosa de sus padres también por ser socios de nuestra escuela en la educación. El trabajo en equipo hizo que este año tan difícil fuera mucho mejor porque estábamos trabajando juntos, estudiantes, familias y escuela. Nos mantuvimos enfocados en lo académico y en el servicio porque queremos lo mejor para ti y tu familia. No permitimos que esta pandemia quitara oportunidades de nuestros estudiantes. No usamos la pandemia como una forma de excusas. Tuvimos que adaptar y aprender, pero mantenemos grandes expectativas durante el año escolar. Sus maestros y yo no estamos listos para dejarlos ir de vacaciones de verano todavía, porque sentimos que los acabamos de traer de regreso, pero estamos muy emocionados y preparándonos para volver a la normalidad del próximo año escolar. Durante sus vacaciones de verano, los animo a que tomen un libro y lean todo lo que pueden leer. Leer, leer, leer. Esto es muy importante y van a ayudar mucho. Deseo a todos un verano maravilloso y seguro, mis queridos aztecas. Me has enorgullecido mucho mostrándome cuán concentrado y fuertes eres durante este año tan difícil. No podemos esperar a verte el año que viene. Aquí en GCMS, sabemos que tú sabes, pero quiero decir una vez más, nosotros te queremos mucho. Yo te quiero mucho. Adiós.
Mrs. Meyer, for that amazing message. We all love you because you're an amazing principal, and it was an honor being your student.
Yes, Miss Meyer, so much love coming your way. So, although it's been a crazy year, Miss Garcia and the volleyball girls have been working really hard, and we have a video to see.
Go! 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 Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes! All right, let's go. Aztecs on 3. 1, 2, 4, 5. I can hear you. 7,
8,
9,
10,
11,
12,
13,
14,
15. Go! Go!
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. What you want, show it what you need.
Just like that. Okay, so we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here.
Go! Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Go! Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Good job, ladies. Way to break it down. Way to keep me accountable. Way to push me today. You guys worked out so good, so hard. I was sweating. Fernanda already said this is payback from last year. I'm feeling it. All right, ladies. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys Friday.
Go! Go!
Now let's hear from students and staff about their past year.
Well, being back at person in school is really great. Like, I miss seeing all my friends and teachers from the school.
It's definitely being with the kids, being able to joke around with them and being side by side with them while they're learning instead of looking at them through a screen.
My favorite part of being in person back to school is that you get to communicate with other students and they go through the same problems as you go as well.
I definitely enjoy hearing the funny jokes in person from the students, and then being able to interact with them has been really good because I see a lot of personalities that you don't see virtually, you do see in person. So that has been my best thing from seeing them in person.
My favorite is coming back and actually not doing things virtual because it used to be harder. So you can just come back and the teachers can help you out and you can communicate with others.
My favorite thing about being back in person at school is actually getting to see my students. Because with virtual, sometimes people didn't always have cameras on, or the lighting wasn't good, and now I can actually see my kids, so I love that.
Mostly in the communication between teacher and a student. So it's a lot easier instead of shooting an email to your teacher than just asking them. Like if some kids really struggle doing their little assignments if they don't know what it means. They can't really, in Google Meet, it's a lot, if you type it in the chat box, sometimes they don't see it. And sometimes your question goes past by, and then later, when you don't understand it, you get a bad grade because, you don't know the thing.
Oh, my favorite thing about being at school is when I make bad jokes. Because it was just it's crickets online, but it's crickets anyway. Just the joke not landing with every kid just staring at me mortified is the best moment of my life.
I can get more help from the teachers.
My favorite thing about being back in person at school is obviously the kids. Getting to hang out with them and do a lot of fun things we couldn't do online is definitely the best part about it.
It's because I get to learn more better in school. And I can focus more.
I think my favorite thing about being back in person is getting to like play games with students, interact with students, joke around with students, all that good stuff.
Yep, I would say my favorite thing about being back in school is getting to see all of their bright and smiling faces and actually getting to interact and get to know their personalities back in school.
I guess friends, because without friends then school is really nothing.
Well, I don't even have to think about it. My favorite thing about it is seeing the students and interacting with students and actually, you know, seeing them in 3D and interacting with them and developing a relationship.
Having to see my teachers.
My favorite thing about being back in person is getting to hear from all of my students, not having to wait for you to turn your camera on or unmute yourself, and getting to see smiles in the hallways every day.
I think my favorite part about it is getting to hear students laugh, getting to see students smile, getting to see even some of the eye rolls with some of the goofy things that happen, but it's that back and forth interaction that I've really missed and has been really fun coming back in person.
My favorite thing about being back in school is seeing everybody. Being cooped up in the house for too long with just me and my roommate, I'm very excited to see the students and teachers.
Seeing all the teachers' faces and seeing your friends.
This might be kind of a boring answer, but my favorite thing about being back in person is being with the kids, of course. The energy of having students in the room, hanging out, discussing things we talk about, making jokes, you know, that I couldn't hear while everybody was muted. That's been the best thing about being back, is the energy in the room from the kids.
My favorite thing about being back in person at school is actually being able to teach and give life advice and life lessons and going into more details and being able to explain, and of course, number one, the kids.
Good question, Mr. Menace. I would say my favorite thing about being back in school is honestly just like getting to hear our kids laugh in the hallway and have some fun with their friends that they weren't getting to have at home. Getting to interact with us as teachers and see their friends. I'd say that's probably my favorite thing about being back in person.
My favorite thing about being in person is seeing all of the students, being able to say hi in the hallways, and just making sure that students are completing their work in class. I've missed that, just the interactions with the students, really. Seeing learning happening.
My favorite thing about being back in person and being in school is seeing the students and the staff. Being at home was lovely, but you know, just to get to see everybody just moving around, being able, it's a sense of community here ever since I've been at GCMS.
One of my favorite things about being back in person is definitely the humor part. Just getting to interact with students and actually getting laughter out of them, or them getting my little dumb jokes that I make sometimes. That was definitely not a factor with virtual learning, where there were a lot of awkward crickets in the background.
So my favorite thing would be definitely seeing all your guys' personalities, all the students. They have a big personality in person. You don't see that behind a screen or with their cameras off. You don't see that at all. So I really like seeing how different they are in person. I like hearing them talking in person, just being there with them in person. I really like that, being here in person with them.
Being back in person at school, something that I really love is to see all kiddos around the school laughing, talking, sometimes getting angry with us. But this is definitely what I really like and love, you know, to be in touch with them, to see them near us. Okay, not that near, but you know, all of them here at school.
I just like being here with the kids. They tell jokes. It's way more fun.
Oh, seeing the kids every single day.
That was my answer. My favorite is definitely just seeing the kids too.
Favorite thing about being back in school is getting to see the kids in the hallways and being able to hear them in the hallways, hearing their funny comments, and at least being able to see them. the best thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's being able to see them and the ones that we've had previously, seeing how much they've grown, and also being able to see students' personality, which is something that we don't get to see. So.
My favorite thing is being able to have PE again with the students. Last week, Mr. Minnis was absent, so his class got to join my class, and it just felt like normal again, having 25 kids in the gym competing against each other.
Being back in person at school is definitely, you know, like telling bad jokes to kids, generally bothering students. That's kind of why I am teaching, which I've seen
My favorite thing to being back is to be able being around the students, have fun with them, and see the whole face of them. So
my favorite thing about being back in person at school with our students is just seeing their smiling faces every day. I love seeing all of our students that are back for hybrid learning. I feel like it really just helps our teachers, helps our staff, helps everyone's attitudes. Everyone is so happy to be back. And it just seems like there's so much more energy in the hallways and in the classrooms, and it really just feels like we're a community that's able to be back together again.
Let me fake answer. That you get to learn.
I get to see my friends.
I get to see my friends.
That while you're in virtual, you can't really ask questions other than emails, and you really don't understand it.
I mean, honestly, the mute button. That's the one thing I'll miss the most. Sorry, kids. I'll be honest here.
So the thing I will miss about virtual school is I had a little bit more time every week, since you guys will remember that we only taught one day a week, our main lesson. I had a little bit more time to get weird with it. I could think all week about something really weird to show my students on Thursdays. And now trying to balance out that weirdness day to day to day, it's just not gonna be the same anymore, I don't think.
Wearing my jammy pants and shorts, and then maybe sometimes a little nap in between, eating lunch from my kitchen.
Ooh, one thing I miss about virtual school is not being able to like teach in a polo or in a tie and just have basketball shorts on and not have to be like super professionally dressed all the time.
And not much, except maybe not driving in the morning and getting stuck in traffic. That would be the only thing.
The one thing I'll probably miss is I like the schedule we were on with IXL and being able to keep updating and pinpointing our diagnostic, and then you could just see that growth, and then once we got back here, the schedule changed, and we just haven't focused as much on keeping those levels where they need to be. But
I miss sleeping in just a little bit longer and wearing sweatpants.
Not too much, but I did enjoy getting snuggles from my dog while I was teaching, so I kind of missed that.
I think one thing I'll miss about virtual school is getting to wear sweatpants to school.
Biggest thing I miss about virtual school is my cats. I really miss their company at home and getting to sit next to me while I'm teaching.
Laying down in the bed, you don't have to wake up. Well, you do, but...
I used to sleep during class.
Honestly, I feel like I don't miss much about virtual school, but there are a couple things I miss. I miss maybe just the flexibility, able to get up in the mornings a little bit later and not have to rush as much in the mornings. I miss being able to wear leggings every day and feel a little bit more comfortable while at home. But overall, I'm definitely glad to be back.
I will miss driving home from the school, and then I was able to sleep a little bit longer. this is what I miss, but I really love to be here.
The thing I miss most about virtual school is having my dogs a part of the classroom. My Aztec kids called them our little mascot, so I do miss having them around.
I am going to be completely honest on this one. I miss waking up a little bit later and not having to rush through traffic and just trying to get here in one piece. I definitely took that for granted.
The one thing that I miss about virtual school is the students who are virtual. There were some really awesome things about virtual, like getting to wear your PJs and teaching at the same time, but the thing that I miss the most is definitely the students.
One thing that I miss about being virtual is that our schedule kind of was different, because on some days you either had a couple classes and on some other days you only had one or two, and the schedule changed because over here you have your classes after each other's, and over there you have a couple minutes to go get yourself like different things. You could walk around and you just could wake up a little bit later.
Well, I definitely miss my cat. She was always there with me doing classes, doing phone calls for you guys. So I really miss having my cat there. I miss being in my PJs all day. I miss sleeping in. So yeah, my cat, sleeping in, and PJs.
I really don't think I'm going to miss virtual school. It was fun being home for like 2 weeks, and then I was really just missing the environment of being with both my colleagues and then just with the students in general. So for me, I think the only thing I might miss is wearing sweatpants.
That was my answer. Oh my gosh. I was going to say the thing I miss most is like being able to secretly wear sweatpants and nobody knew, because all you guys can see is from our shoulders up. So I'm going to miss sweatpants. Occasionally pajama pants.
One thing I miss is getting
For
to wear
me,
sweatpants.
Yeah, sweats. For sure.
Sweatpants.
Being in my bed at my house.
One thing I'll miss about virtual school, it's gotta be the bathroom breaks. You know, the like being in my own home thing. That's one of the hardest things about being in the building. It's like, when are teachers supposed to pee?
Something I will miss about virtual school, probably I did like sometimes having some flexibility to be at home and not at school every day, but overall I'd rather be back in school than doing the virtual.
Sleeping in and just chilling.
I feel like you get to have more time.
I always stay really late at school, so definitely leaving early and closing my computer at a decent time. So that has been my, I miss that a lot, and then being able to see my nephews a lot more, because now that I'm busy, like I see them like less.
Get more time off myself after class and just sleep.
One thing I will miss about virtual school, I gotta say it has to be having the business on top, but maybe some PJ bottoms down underneath. No one could ever tell. It was always comfortable, but that is one thing I will always miss for sure.
Sleeping in, it's a lot, man. Those extra hours of sleep, those really help.
Something that really helped me during quarantine is just keeping perspective of like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still alive, I'm still healthy, I've got my job, and just really trying to maintain a positive attitude. Also just getting some sunshine, going outside, and looking at what we still had versus what we lost during quarantine.
Netflix and my phone.
I actually did different parts of my job in different rooms of my house, and I also scheduled things where I could do some minor exercise in between, and that was I created my own formal school environment at home.
Oh, the boring days of quarantine, especially last spring. A couple things that helped me to survive are puzzles. That's something I got into that I never did before. I really liked, do a 1,000-piece puzzle and just, have my mind taken off of different things and maybe listen to a podcast or listen to some music. So puzzles was definitely something that I found that I really enjoyed. Another thing is long walks. I would go on super long walks during the day and into the evening. And I felt like that was just a really nice way to clear my mind, and got to like wave at some neighbors from across the street. And my one friend and I, one night we walked like 10 miles and it got dark. We're like, oh no, we went way too far and had to get home. So that was something that I never really made the time for before. And the third thing that helped me survive is probably technology. I was able to communicate with friends and family, some that aren't even in Kansas City, and use Zoom for different meetings. And especially in the beginning, I found that technology really helped me communicate with people that I wasn't communicating with on a regular basis before.
I searched up pictures of fairies and watched Harry Potter.
Again, my cat. I got my cat during quarantine, so I spent a lot of my time just, you know, being with her, learning her personality, just really enjoying having a new pet around. So she definitely helped me with my quarantine boredom.
I love listening to music. This always helped me a lot. Having my job, you know, there were so many people that lost their jobs, and I can consider myself happy and lucky to have my job. So this kept me like makes me feel lucky, and still, you know, giving me the power to continue working and doing something for, not for me, but in behalf of the kiddos. Yeah.
Sleep. Lots and lots of sleep, and binge watching different shows. Ooh, going outside, definitely. Watching my husband play soccer is always fun. Playing with all 3 dogs, seeing friends, family.
When things first shut down, I spent a lot of time outside. I used to go for just really long walks. I would go walk for, 5 to 10 miles just because I wanted to be outside and I wanted to just feel like I was doing something productive. And I still, even now, I still have those same habits where I go outside and I still use that as a way to feel confident during this year. So being outside for sure.
I think is to more distract yourself. Because quarantine, I bet for people it's very hard because maybe they put themselves down, but try to distract yourself and eat too, because people have been their health hasn't been well, so just try to distract yourself, keep your health well.
My dog Cleo, and working out, and my plants, and her sometimes.
Yeah, I think picking up some hobbies, being able to relax and understand that that's okay, and then being able to spend time with family for sure.
The biggest thing that helped me survive quarantine was making a bucket list of all the things I wanted to do, and I'm slowly getting through them. In July, I'm getting my motorcycle license. I already got my boating license, and I've gone on 4 trips already.
During the quarantine, I was organizing a lot of my stuff, and that helped me a lot because it kept me busy. Also, I spent more time with my family and playing with my dogs. That really helps a lot.
I agree with her because a point is that you may not be able to go out 24/7, but you have to distract yourself so you're not bored, and you gotta maintain yourself from doing things that you would like to do, just so you could prevent others getting sick.
I think a couple for me, first would be being near my refrigerator and my pantry for snacks, as well as being able to work or go outside.
Yep, snacks for sure, 100%. And probably also just having little hobbies that I do at home, like crafting or arts and crafts, things like that, or sewing, little things that I got to do whenever I wanted to just take a brain break, but I can't do those anymore.
My favorite TV show to watch during quarantine was Naruto Shippuden. I really recommend it.
Well, one thing was video games. I bought a couple video games right at the start of quarantine, and whenever I had some free time, I would play those. And then I just tried to stay busy. I tried to continue to work on creative things I like. I wrote short stories, I read books, And I guess I just a little bit tried to escape when things were getting too heavy in real life. I tried to escape into places that were a little bit more fun.
To survive quarantine, I went on lots of walks. I watched several Netflix shows and eating a lot of ice cream.
Video games and your phone, because without that, then you'll just be bored.
We used to take, every day we would take the dogs for a walk. No matter if it was cold, no matter if it might have been sprinkling, but every time after we worked, I'd get my daughter and then we would all go on a family walk. And that's what helped me.
My favorite snack was ice cream.
Well, Fudge, my dog. Those who have me, you know about Fudge, my dog. He is like a toddler, so he kept me pretty busy.
I guess play with my brothers and have fun with my family.
That's a good one. I would say always having a kitchen nearby that I could make some food if I was hungry, and having my golf clubs so I can go out in the backyard and practice my golf chip into our fire pit. Most definitely.
I'll say grabbing your favorite snack and just watching a movie.
The number one thing that helped me survive quarantine when I was at home was my dog. And I know that those of you who had me in class, you always asked about Frankie and wanted to know what she was doing and whatnot. But definitely having my dog there to be my buddy and my companion to keep me company.
Well, first, the only reason I survived quarantine is I was using my dog. Maybe you have a cat at home, a guinea pig, maybe a snake, you know, a dog, a blanket, a pillow, and a good movie. That's all you need.
Well, I took a lot of naps. I have a couple cats, so cat naps are the best way to survive any kind of quarantine. They know how to do it. So if ever you need to know how to be lazy all day and just hang out in your house, look at your cats.
Definitely having my nephews close. I feel like they were making, if I was just stressed, I would always just hang out with them, and it did make my life a little bit more enjoyable. So that was one of my things.
I think the first one was exercise. Having that time, I was able to go outside, do something productive, was super helpful getting away from my screen. The second thing for me was probably actually cooking. I ate a lot of food during quarantine and also learned how to cook some really good food over quarantine. So those were two probably the biggest things that helped me survive it.
Things that helped me survive quarantine. I did a lot of art, did a lot of puzzles, and I watched the entirety of The Flash.
Thank you everybody for your responses. Now we have an important message from teachers to students.
6th and 7th graders, man, it's been a weird year. I just think keep leaning on those relationships that you're building with your peers here, in school, with your teachers. Know that we have your backs, and it's going to feel weird and probably really tiring next year, but your teachers got your back, and all of your friends have your back too. So just lean on those going into next year.
Oh, 6th and 7th graders going into next year. I would just say that I know that this past year has been weird and different, but you made it through and you should feel really good about that and go into the next year confident that you can persist and you can do hard things even when things get tough. So I think it'll be a great way for us to start the school year next year and be ready to be successful.
Ask when you need help.
Don't forget everything that your teachers have taught you. Just continue to build on those skills and to do all of your homework.
Do not procrastinate. Do your assignments when they're assigned. If you need help, ask. Because honestly, if you have a question, it is most likely that other people have the same question and maybe they don't want to ask. So be brave and ask those questions.
Yeah, 6th and 7th graders, hey, going into next year, I would say, hey, it's a new time, it's a new year, you're starting fresh, you're starting over. Make sure your teacher knows your name in a good way. Go up and introduce yourself, right? It's gonna be a new teacher, new classroom, new experience. Make sure they know your name in a good way. If you have some homework and you have some time, like in a study hall or the end of class or end of Aztec, go to that teacher and be like, hey, can you help me with my homework? Even if it's just a couple times. That'll really get teachers to know your name and know that we can help you out in a good way and help you succeed.
Really just good luck going forward. It's going to be harder, of course, because you're going into a new grade, but I know each and every one of you can do it. You're so determined, and if you can get through a crazy school year like this, I know you can get through anything.
The message that I have for the 6th and 7th graders coming back next school year is that you are going to be, it's not really, I guess, like an advice, but it's you are going to just love being back in school. I know that we're also ready for a normal school year. Relax this summer, take a break, and then come back in the fall ready to learn with all the attitude and motivation, because next year is going to be a wonderful year.
I have a big message for you guys. I would say find your why during the summer. What is going to drive you? What is the reason why you're going to put all your effort in school next year? Find your goal and stick to it, and that is your why that you're going to be revisiting as you kind of go through the year with the struggles. Just go back to your why. Why am I doing this? Am I doing it for my family? Am I doing it for my own future success? Who am I doing this for, and why?
Well, I know that nothing is going to be easy in life, not only for us, but for teenagers, for little kids. So I would like to let them know that they have to continue trying. You have to try every time. It doesn't matter if you can get it or not, but you have to try. So do your best, always your best, and be happy. Just that.
My hope for next year is that everything will be back to normal, so we can get things back on track and get you guys caught up so you feel comfortable when you get over to the high school, because my goal is always to try to make the work at high school easier for you so you're not panicked and stressed out. So cross your fingers and get your shot if you're 12 years old. And
advice we give to them is enjoy being present in school with your classmates and with your teachers, and know that they work so hard for every single day that you have. They have to plan it out. So just, do your best and enjoy it. Enjoy being present in the moment here.
Yeah, being able to enjoy a year coming back and hopefully it feeling like a normal year. And I think that we all have missed what that feels like, especially having that taken away. So being able to enjoy next year and all the things that we're going to be able to do that we didn't have this year.
And also like reaching out. If you have a question or you don't know something, everyone here is here to help.
Next year, I would say just try your best. We're not going to make up everything that we didn't get to cover in one year, but as long as you guys come to school every day with a positive attitude, we will make big strides.
Yes, I will say that I guess middle school is like the process for you to be ready in high school. So I will recommend to work hard and really but relax and have fun.
Yeah, one thing that I found from virtual learning and quarantine being at home is that us teachers and staff, not only did we really appreciate school, we kind of took it for granted before, but I saw that a lot of our students really took it for granted. And I had kids saying, I just want to go back to school. I know I didn't try my best before. I know I complained about getting up early and getting on the bus and being at school all day long, but they really, really miss being at school. So that's something that for our current 6th and 7th graders next year, I hope you kind of remember a little bit of that and know that there were so many challenges when we were at home and you missed being at school so much. So I hope that next year we don't take it for granted and we're really able to try our best going to the next grade.
Don't give up.
Take a deep breath. It has been a while since you guys did this, but you guys totally know how to do it. And you're totally great at doing this. Your teachers are so excited to have you back. We have missed you so much, and these past few weeks with just a few of you in the building some of the time has just been wonderful. So we are excited for a wonderful year next year, and we hope that you guys are too.
Just like turn in all your working time and like go out, live your best life. At the end of the day, like, you're gonna make mistakes.
Feel like big picture, you got this. You're gonna do great. We're here to help you. You can always come back to your 6th and 7th grade teachers to ask for help if you need it. But I think next year is gonna be a really great year.
Yep, I think you guys are gonna have lots of fun. You guys got this, just like Miss Pistol said. And for sure, come back, ask us for support whenever you need it, and we'll be here for you guys.
Yes, basically think of your strengths, because you know, it's so easy to say, oh, I'm not good at this, I don't want to do this. Always focus on your strengths, because that will give you a positive energy. And if you know your strengths, you can easily turn your weaknesses into strengths, having those tools.
Guys, 8th grade is hard, especially the work, so just do it.
For next year, hopefully we're full-time back in person, but know that your teachers have high expectations for you and to do your best no matter what. And for 7th graders coming into 8th grade, we will have fun, but we will learn a lot and work really hard.
6th and 7th graders going into next year, I'm very excited for you all to kind of be able to experience GCMS the way it's meant to be. People together in the building. Some of our expectations will return in a way we haven't done them in a while, which might take some getting used to. But I know all of your teachers are excited to have you, and we just hope you're excited for things to get a little bit more back to normal, hopefully.
Well, Aztecs, with another year in the books, unfortunately, the end of the year always comes with some teachers choosing to explore new options for their future, and we definitely support them with those decisions moving forward. Let's take a look at who will not be returning to GCMS next year, unfortunately.
Mrs. Butler, you and I have worked together at the front desk for about 3 years. You were para for 1 year, so you've been with us for 4 years, and they have been the most exciting, most exhausting, greatest 4 years ever. We've been best friends since middle school, and it's just such a wonderful experience to be back at a middle school and get to experience everyone else's schooling experience together and reminisce about our old times. And now we're adults and get to have that experience together as well. And I'm so lucky to have a co-worker, a partner, and a best friend just like you. I'm gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you so much. And you're irreplaceable, of course, but I know that you're going off to bigger and better things, and we're all so happy for you. We love you.
Hey, Mrs. Butler, Miss Correas, as a lot of us know her as. I'm just very excited for you and your new adventure in the next chapter in your book of life, and I just want to wish you the best and that we really are going to miss you. I just want to say thank you for all that you have done for our school, for our community, for our students and their families, and especially for me. It was always a pleasure walking in and seeing your smile and hearing you and getting some advice from you on certain things. And not only that, but the amazing earrings that you make, you know, being treated nicely and getting those gifts from you were always my favorite part, because it was something you made out of love. And so I'm very excited for this next chapter. And I wish you the best and that we're gonna miss you, so good luck.
Hi guys, this is Miss Sedgwick. It has been such a privilege to be with you guys this year. This has been my first year of teaching, and I don't think I could have gotten stuck with any other kids who were as fantastic as you guys have been. This will always be my home, and as I move on, as I move to Nashville Coming August, you guys will always have a place in my heart, the school, the staff, and you know, as the years go on, I will be thinking back to my time here, thinking back to all of my time with you guys. I know I haven't been able to see everyone, but you guys will continue to be in my thoughts and prayers. So thank you so much for letting me be with you.
Ms. Mays has been a really awesome addition to our GCMS family over the last few years. I really love how she interacts with her students. I know that they really care about her and she really cares about them. Anytime she was in my classroom, she was a huge help. She was always positive, always excited to be there, and we're really gonna miss her.
Hey GCMS family, it's great to see each and every one of you. Students, I just have a short, quick, brief message for you. You have all been wonderful and amazing students, very welcoming to me coming into my first classroom experience and first teaching experience. But sadly at this time I do have to inform you that I will not be returning next year as a teacher here at GCMS for some other reasons for me and for my family. We will be taking another teaching job up north in the Liberty School District. But it's not because of you guys. I wish you all the best. Just gotta take care of my family on this one. See you guys later. Go Aztecs.
Miss Amundsen, Donna Amundsen, has been an irreplaceable part of our department this past year. She has been a leader, she's been an advocate, she's been a teacher that has shown potential for students in ways that no other teacher can really do. She is so incredibly special to me, to Miss Thomas, to Miss Sedgwick, to all of the teachers here, and even more important than that, she is so special to her students that are in her classroom, and we are going to miss her so much next year.
Mr. Martin will be so dearly missed on the 8th grade. As a teacher, selfishly, I will say Mr. Martin is the most hilarious teacher in this entire school, and I think everyone can attest to that. Mr. Martin will just say something in a meeting that will have everyone on the floor laughing when you're least expecting it. When it comes to students, Mr. Martin has been a peak of professionalism. Whenever it comes to student discussion or protocol with students, Mr. Martin knows the rules inside and out, and he is a beacon of following protocols and making sure that we're doing things the right way. Student relationships, every year our kids love Mr. Martin's class. He brings such energy and light to students' lives, so I know that they will miss him as well. We're very excited for Mr. Martin's next step. However, he will also be so missed on the 8th grade team next year.
Hi, GCMS Aztecs. This is Mrs. Williams, your assistant principal. I am making this video because I need to tell you all that I will not be returning back to Guadalupe Center's middle school next year. I have loved the last 3 years here being your assistant principal. I have loved all of the conversations I've had with kids in my office, the opportunities for learning and growth when mistakes have been made, the progress so many of you guys have made, especially our 8th graders. I remember you guys as 6th graders and now 8th graders and how all grown up you are and all of the progress and changes, and it just makes my heart so happy. I absolutely love Guadalupe Centers. We have the best staff, we have the best students, and the best families, and I am genuinely going to miss you all. You will always have a place in my heart, and I know that you guys will be incredibly successful and do great things in life, and I could not be prouder that I got to spend these last 3 years with you. Please know that I will miss you, I will not forget about you, and I love you very, very much.
Now let's hear a message from our teachers for 8th graders.
It would be to continue to be yourself. Don't follow others just because, but continue to act on what you know is right and the morals and principles that you learn from this school. Don't forget that.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is going to be, I've said this to those of you who have been in 8th grade music class, but whatever you decide to do in high school and beyond, make sure you do it beautifully, and you are doing it with a lot of courage, and you are showing all of the beautiful gifts that I know each and every one of you have. Don't let anyone take your gifts away from you. Don't let anyone tell you you're anything less than the greatness that you are. That would be my biggest piece of advice.
Oh, our 8th graders going on to high school. First of all, I'm so proud of you guys, having had you in, many of you in 7th grade and some of you even in 6th grade. It's been great to watch you grow up and mature over your time at GCMS. And I'm just going to remind you to keep working hard in school, and you can really accomplish all the things you set your mind to. Don't ever give up, and always remember that we're here to support you at the middle school as well.
For our 8th graders going on to high school, I know you're going to do amazing things. You are such a strong group of students. I loved having you in class. You always brought so much fun and charm and wit into the classroom, and I know that you're going to continue to do amazing things as you go on into high school.
For the 8th graders going into high school, remember that you are leaving GCMS, but you will always be a GCMS Aztec. You will always have teachers who love you and support you, and we are just an email away. So work super hard. We know that you're capable of achieving amazing things, but if you ever need us, we are always here for you. Have a wonderful summer and good luck in high school.
I would say for my 8th graders, definitely leave your mark in high school, and just think big. Do not be afraid of the challenges that are going to come your way. Remember, you're an Aztec. You've been through worse. I mean, all of you are survivors of COVID-19, quarantine, and all the struggles we saw this past year. So that should definitely encourage you to be brave, be bold, and leave your mark in the upcoming years in high school. So good luck to all of you. We love you.
My 8th graders, I'm going to miss all of them, but I would like to let them know that we are going to be here always for them, just in case that they need us. They know that they can get in touch with us anytime that they need our help. And yeah, it's a new step that they are going to do it, and I know that they are going to do it in a good way. So good luck, 8th graders, and I know that you are going to get everything that you deserve.
Cool.
Oh gosh, I know that this year was really rough, but you guys are a lot smarter than you think you are. If you just apply yourself, you're going to do just fine.
Yeah, 8th graders, I'd say that similar message, right? Don't take it for granted. Your 8th graders, you've had a wild middle school experience, right? The end of your 7th grade year was cut off, and this year has just been so crazy. So I hope that next year you really take those skills that you learned from being at home. We found that our students learned so many really good life skills about organization and time management. That's something that we weren't really teaching before. Technology, how to email your teachers and use Google Calendar and ask for help. So I hope that that's something you're able to continue doing, right? If you need help next year at the high school, know that you're going to have some really awesome teachers that are going to be there for you.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm going to miss you guys, and I'm so sad that I didn't get to know you for longer. And I would like to say that for high school, just take serious your grades, get involved in a lot of activities, and have fun, enjoy, because time passes really fast.
For the 8th graders, I would say always reach out to us whenever you need anything. I'm always going to be here for you guys. I'm going to cry so much when you guys are gone, but just know that you guys are always going to be a part of the GCMS family.
Stay focused. You have a lot more of your independence, but just, you know, stay focused and work hard and believe in yourself. Go out there and, you know, enjoy your time, because high school is a lot of fun, but also like be responsible and know that everything that you do will affect one person. That's you. So if you need help, we're always here. You can always come back and volunteer. Just be the best person you can be.
Yeah. I think just being present in high school, I feel like for me those were like the best times of my life, and I feel like those were the moments where like you could enjoy before becoming an adult and going out to the real world. So really soaking that in and being able to, one, focus on school, and then being able to be present with your friends and just soaking up all that is high school, because it really is so much fun.
So I think my advice would be have as much fun as you guys can in high school. So join as many clubs as you can, sports, anything you guys might be interested in. Join as many activities as possible. Try your best in school. Find good friends who support you and are going to help you out during school too.
And then I think my biggest piece of advice would be, don't be afraid to ask your teachers for help. Going into a new school is scary, and you know, it's something that you might need help with, and that's okay. You should never be afraid to ask your teachers for help, because every single one of them is there to help you.
Let me think about that for a moment. You know, I think I have one thing to say. I might be 46 years old, but I can still cross all of you up on the basketball court.
I would say we prepared you for this. Miss Gilbert and I prepped you through 6th and 7th grade. You're going to be rock stars in high school. And again, if you need anything from us, we're just an email away. We still got you.
Yeah, I would say just try to start out confident as you can in yourselves from what we have taught you guys and what you guys know. And stick with it as best as you can throughout the year. As hard as it's going to be, just stay confident in what you're doing and what you know, and stick to your guns, and you guys will do great.
My 8th graders going into high school. I think that when our 8th graders apply themselves, they have more than enough skills for what they'll need in high school. But this is the big times now. So credits count towards college. The things you do outside of school, extracurriculars, in clubs, and all that kind of stuff, it's all helping you build towards the future that I know you guys tell me all the time, the types of futures you want for yourself, right? So it's the big time. So you have all the skills you need to be successful. Just keep your eye on the prize, and you guys are going to be awesome. And also, you can always reach out to me if you're having issues, and I can help you out.
Keep those high expectations that we've taught you at GCMS, and yeah, and don't forget to have fun as well.
Don't procrastinate. Do your assignments when they're done. If you need help, ask for it. But always know that your family here at the middle school, we are here for you no matter what. No matter if you are in 9th grade, 10th grade, going to your first year of college, we're always going to be here for you. And that if you need letters or recommendation, you can always count on us.
All right, the advice that I would have for you guys is mainly just to be yourself. You guys been through a lot through the midst of a pandemic. You guys made it through, and all you guys have to do is just be yourself, work hard like you did through this time, and also just try new things. When you get to high school, try things. Don't just do what your friends want you to do. Do things that you may feel like you're interested in, but you're not for sure. You're going to change your mind, but just try new things. Do things that interest you. Be prepared, and just have fun.
Oh, absolutely. Good question. I would say 8th graders, speaking to you directly. Seen a lot of you here in class, seen a lot of you virtually. Biggest thing I would say, since I usually teach 9th graders, ask questions. I know in the 8th grade it's really easy to kind of just slip into the background of the class and not ask questions, or, you know, I know it's hard being shy sometimes, but raise your hand, ask questions. right? If you need help with an assignment, you have got to ask. High school is an entirely different ballgame. Some teachers aren't as great as the teachers that we have here at GCMS, and if you're not asking questions, they're just going to think you've got it, right? So you got to ask your teachers questions if you need help.
High school, you will love it. Yes, you are nervous, but you are prepared. So just know that going into it, that you are prepared. You're going to have fun, and just do your best.
I've always told my students, my sixth grade students, and I think keeping it on is just believing in them a little bit more. I think a lot of the times we doubt the capacity that we have, so I think believing in what you can do and just embrace who you are and continue to do great things. So being a follower helps, but being a leader is what you should aim for. So yeah.
Don't forget us. Don't forget how much work and energy we invested in you because we cared about your future, and we tried to teach you those skills, those life skills that you need. So remember that and make it count and be successful.
Well, that's it for this last episode of Aztec TV. Here's to another great year. We've had a blast since you guys have been back in person in the fourth quarter. What a weird year it's been. We've done great, you've done great. During the summer, please relax, take some time to yourself. That way you can come back, recharge for the school year in the fall. Hope everyone has a great summer, be safe, and we will see you in August. Bye.